where compact SUVs dominate the roads, one name keeps coming back stronger: sleeker, bolder, smarter, and now it has been reimagined. This is the all-new PROTON X50, a facelift not just in looks but also in attitude. At first glance, the new X50 commands more presence, borrowing DNA from its GD cousin, the BNUL, but wearing a distinctly Proton face.
Okay, so one of the previous things, right, that I felt could improve in the previous X50, right, it was almost a perfect car for me, but the front part could have a little bit more improvement. But in this case, they actually did it. They went ahead and changed the front grille, which I was so thankful for, because the previous one, right, you can see is actually more fatter and more like a rounder shape. But in this version, right, they actually squashed it up and it looks more slicker and elongated. So I'm quite a fan of this look as well, and I like the lights, and it looks more garang, more sharper, right? Because nowadays cars, right, they like to be more flatter and more like, you know, that feel. You can see here as well, compared to the previous one, it's more sharper, more edgier, and yeah. And I also like the bottom part here. You can see all these black features over here. This grille kind of reminds me of a mini Lamborghini Urus, which I feel like it's a good thing to look more and more like all these supercars, right? So yeah, I'm quite a big fan of this.
Stepping inside, the evolution continues. Clean line, minimalist layout, and a tech suite that finally feels up to par with its ambition.
Alright, now that we are inside the car, right, there is definitely a big change from the previous X50. We can see that everything, it's more refined. These are really high quality. It feels super premium, if you can see over here, right? And they sort of brought the gears shifted over here, so you got a lot more space here. Some of the modern EV cars does this as well, and yeah, you even have Apple CarPlay right from the start, and I think a lot of people really look forward to that. But in terms of quality-wise, right, it definitely feels very nice, very premium. If this car would be around the same range as before, I think it's a no-brainer for a lot of people. And yeah, you even get a new big screen and lighting, ambience over here. You can see over here, right, everything feels like it's hard to argue that this is a cheap car. It's not a cheap car at all. It's in fact a very well-built car, and most of the parts here are, as they told us, developed by Proton itself. So I think, yeah, belilah barangan buatan Malaysia.
Under the hood, a change that many have been asking for. The familiar 1.5 turbo now gets a 4-cylinder upgrade.
Okay, now we see what's under the bonnet. Over here we have a new 1.5, rumored to be 4-cylinder engine. The previous one was 3-cylinder engine, and people complain like 3-cylinder, will it have a lot of knocking sounds? And actually they didn't really quite discover a really big knocking sound and all that getaran engine, you know. But so over here we have a 4-cylinder, supposed to have less, right? So we'll try it out later in the real world test. But anyway, this new engine does a 0 to 100 in 7.6 seconds, which is a 0.3 second shave off from the previous one. Well done, Proton. So this car has a 178 horsepower and also 290 newtons of torque, which is pretty good for an ICE car. I'm sure ICE car owners will be excited to hear this.
Then came the part we were all waiting for, the drive. Acceleration, surprisingly punchy. Definitely feels like it gained torque. Steering wheel feels just right. As we push it to the bend, the car performed pretty nicely. Slight body roll, but it holds the line pretty well. We even tried a body roll test, which was actually amazing because of how well the car planted itself on the ground. Overall, this car definitely feels more grown up now. Proton didn't reinvent the X50, but they made it more matured. More than just a facelift, it's a quiet statement that it's ready for the next chapter. And maybe, just maybe, ready to take the crown again.
Alright, so that's it from the Proton Center of Excellence, and let me know what you think about the new Proton X50. Do you like it? Have Proton really made the right changes that will move your hearts? And if you like it, do leave a comment section below. So my name is Dan, and this has been your first look on the new Proton X50. Alright, when Han meets the new X50, what's your first impression?
So my first impression is this car is totally different as compared to the previous X50. It's much more aggressive now with all the lines and curvatures, the interior with all the safety features. The interior, everything is so beautifully done, and the outside is so aggressive. It's basically the best of both worlds with an affordable price.